What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Truth Seeker Nation. I'll be your host, Truth Seeker. Okay, first and foremost, as always, I want to say all praise to the Most High God of Israel for looking out for me, for continuously taking care of me and providing for me, man. Okay, and we're gonna come through with a little short and sweet message on the channel, man. We're gonna go ahead and talk about some stuff. Okay. Nothing, no urgent, no nothing like that. All right. I just want to go ahead and we're gonna try a little something because we didn't delve down a path here, and we feeling great, man. You see, right? First and foremost, thank you, Heavenly Father, for taking care of me, man. Okay, guys. Let me tell you something. We're gonna talk some more about Lucifer's currency. Okay, we're gonna talk about these. We're gonna talk about the currency of this world. Well, I say the world, not the world. I mean, I guess. I mean, it's specifically America. But see, the American dollar is the most wide known. Okay, so everything points back to the U.S. dollar. Okay, so, but here's what we're gonna do, man. Guys, I got a little. We're gonna try some. Try a little something out. I told you guys, if you want to talk about Heavenly Father, you got to be ready to be homeless. Okay, you have to, be ready to do what you got to do to not have a roof over your head. Okay, so that's what's happening, man. I told you guys I'm facing an eviction. All right, and look, I'm not begging for money, nothing like that, man. Matter of fact, it's already a big stretch. Spirit is taking control and had to tell me to come on here and do this. As a matter of fact, I don't really personally like asking for no money. Okay, but see, there's, sometimes people need a little help from others, man. We look for, see, Lucifer, what you guys have to understand is we're going to establish a couple of things first and foremost, okay, because really, this isn't necessary, right? I mean, it's just something additional for some little small things that will help out, I don't even want you guys donating more than $5, okay? Don't donate a whole bunch, okay, because it's not about this, man. Listen, man, let me tell you something. If you ever get a pastor on there telling you, one thing I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to keep saying it over and over again. I said it in my previous video. If you live by God's law and Heavenly Father's law, you do not need a lot of this money, man, because then we already established that this is the devil's currency, okay? Guys, you have to go, this traces all the way back to the Federal Reserve. This is in the early 20th century, okay? And so you have to do the homework on these things to, understand. I can just point you in the right direction, right? And so, if you live according to Heavenly Father's law, when we read the Bible, okay, especially eating right, things like that, we don't need a whole bunch of money. This is why I'm not. Don't give me no whole bunch of money, man. Honestly, you'd be fine with just $1, dude. You know what I'm saying, man? Nobody's worried about that, because really, what your end goal should be is to live off the land and to be able to work with no money. Okay, you got to be able to, you have to be able to, see, we dedicate our lives to Heavenly Father. You don't need a bunch of the devil's currency to be able to, still serve Heavenly Father, man. And I said, as long as I have the ability to do this, we're going to keep doing this, okay? But we're going to be on the move here, and I'm not always going to be able to upload every single day, but we're going to grind and figure out something, okay? Don't worry, we still making content and stuff like that. But all of this, if you donate, if you choose to do so, all of this going to be going towards, just basic survival stuff, man, stuff to keep, afloat, right now. Don't have no bills and stuff like that. See, a lot of times people look at homeless as negative, but it's actually positives, man, okay? You see, at this point, I've been harassed doing all this other kind of stuff, all because I know what I know to be true with Heavenly Father. And see, I'm willing to go through that. You know what I mean? I don't have any money. I don't have none of this. I don't have any money, man. I only have a couple of quarters and everything else. I don't have nothing right now. It's trying to do the best you can. So this is why. And again, I don't want you to donate a whole bunch of money, man. I don't. Okay. But I can definitely tell you, ain't nobody. I'm not scared to work and grind hard, man. But see, Freemasons have me locked down, man. I can't do any of this. It's hard for me to get a normal job because there's a bunch of witches and all this stuff on my back, man. You know, I've already gotten false job offers numerous times, man. All these games being played, they waste your time. We don't have time for that, man. You know, this is why I wish you can go back to the fucking old school ways. We just walk in somewhere. Do you need any help? Get an application, fill out the application, and go to the fucking interview. You know, see, all of this digital stuff, it causes extreme problems, man. Because what happens is that people mess with your stuff. Okay, just like how my DoorDash attempts were messed with. I said attempts. Okay, my stuff was being hijacked, purposely trying to make it hard, purposely gearing towards. I don't know the specifics on how they able to do it, but I know 100% something's not right with that. Spreading out all the fucking deliveries to make somebody discouraged from doing it, to waste their time, so that way, you know, you got to spend more money on gas than actually making money. You see what I mean? Ain't nobody fucking stupid. Okay, I know exactly what's going on, man. Even with a car, you see what I'm saying? With a car, it's just a different strategy than it was when I was on a bicycle. Okay, so this is what I'm saying, man. You know, people got control of this stuff. This is why I don't like these smart devices, man. It can be easily compromised. You get your stuff taken control over. Okay. So, man, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean I'm not gonna be able to get a job, but you know, something that's basic. I mean, ain't nobody looking for no. I just want, you know, bare minimum wage. Whatever it is, man. I mean, like, you know, just give me a little something. But you know, of course not. That's not gonna be the thing, because again, this is all the devil's currency. Okay, and it's hard, you know. So this is why a lot of the times, you know, we come on here and do content for you guys and talk about things in the world. And you know, a lot of the times we you know, the devil doesn't want us to lean on the good nature and good hearts of people. Okay, you see, what you guys have to understand is with Lucifer's currency, they want you to get a whole bunch of it. He wants you to get a whole bunch of it and blaspheme Heavenly Father and do wickedness to obtain as much of it as possible. Okay, but see, what he doesn't want you to do is out of the good heart give a donation to somebody or something like that, man. And again, I urge you guys, I don't want you guys to donate a whole bunch. 50 cents to $1, whatever, every little bit helps. Okay, because I'm a damn sure tell you right now, you don't need a lot of money when you follow Heavenly Father's law. And I don't want a lot of this money, because all it does is cause more money, more problems. Okay, guys, I see these pastors coming up on with these churches, oh, you know, God told me and donate to this and that. You got to be careful what the God told you, man, because you know, you have to be careful with that. And that's why I make it clear and I talk about Heavenly Father, man. Okay, so this is why we actually trying something, man. Out of this whole time, you know, we're gonna do a little donation link. If you guys want to donate a little something, you know, out of the piggy bank or whatever it is, that's cool, man. Every little bit helps. Okay, you know, because we've been going through the ringer here and enduring for Heavenly Father, and I'm proud to do so. Okay, don't get that twisted. I'm proud to do so. I don't want to be surrounded by a bunch of this nonsense and followed around all over the place. And you know, I mean, what the hell is the point in that, man? I mean, it's not doing anything. I mean, I already know what the fuck. I already know what is going on. What is the point of it? I mean, you're just wasting your time. I mean, well, you know, but whatever the reason is, I mean, you know, guys, look, you know, I've dealt with gang stalking. I've dealt with a lot of this stuff. As a matter of fact, ever since I, you know, was doing what I'm told to do and called by Heavenly Father, you know, to start these True Secret Nation ministries, I've had nothing but issues. I've had nothing but issues, you know, from people, from certain people. Not everybody, but from certain people, man. And it is what it is. You know, that's okay. We're called to endure. I'm not letting up on that. This is why it's like, okay, it's more money, more problems. Rather just rock without anything and do what you can do for get some kind of food or whatever. This is why one of the priorities you need to make is food. Okay, this is why I always talk about canned goods. You know, it's very cheap and inexpensive. Okay, it's great. All right. So I appreciate it, guys, man. Again, you know, ain't nobody on here begging for no money, doing nothing like that. You know, we do what we got to do. You know, obviously little things here and there go to survival items. Okay, because, you know, when you're out in the woods, you have to kind of, you know, it's different than being able to sit at a desk and playing World of Warcraft. Okay, so it is what it is, and I'm willing to go through that because I'm tired of all this, man. This is nonsense. This is a waste of time. Not what I'm doing here on the channel, but all of what, you know what, can't even leave the fucking house. You don't even, you know, I didn't said this numerous times. It's a sin for me to even leave the house unless it's permanently, bro. You know, this is why it's only we kind of straddling the line here. You know, and trying to get as many works done as possible, taking advantage of the luxury to do it back to back while you still can. You know, because we do that and dedicate to Heavenly Father. See, they want to crush somebody's spirit and they want to make you homeless and abandon Heavenly Father. But that's not happening, man. You see, a lot of the times Heavenly Father intended us for it even live off the land, okay? And look, ain't nobody no expert, okay? But see, we go through the tough love that's necessary. We go through, we fight for spirit, man. If that's what we got to do, let's handle it, man. I've had to be, without a roof on my head for a couple of days before, but this time it's gonna be, it's gonna be different, man. It's something that, we're tackling, and Heavenly Father wants me to have peace, man. Yah has let me in on things, and we've been going through things that, is at a level where it is truly ridiculous. This is why, also through prayer and meditation, we talk about this great reset, talk about things coming in, okay? So we're gonna start wrapping up though, guys. I just want to give you guys a brief kind of overview of what, again, I don't want to beg for no money, no nothing like that, okay? But I am asking if you have, the goodness out of your heart, you want to help me out a little bit with a couple bucks or $1. Honestly, that's all. I'd be satisfied with that. I'd probably go towards toiletries or just the extremely basic stuff. I always talk about, I know I always talk about material items, but obviously there's some things, material you need, right? Like some food or some toiletries or some extreme basic things, okay? But this is great, man. I like this. Heavenly Father's called me to just do this and make sure that we, it's not all about the money, man. Again, this is just additional something, to add on just in case, you guys come across my videos, you want to check it out, you want to throw a little couple bucks or something here and there, that's cool, okay? Again, I always talk about Lucifer's currency, man. I Spirit has to guide me on this, and Heavenly Father does, because I can tell you right now, it's hard for me to ask for money. I don't, everybody's got their own thing going on. It's hard for me to ask for money, but at the same time, I'm not going to take no compromisation and no blood money either. Okay, I'm not going to be in the bed with the devil and people who are being used by the devil to try to draw me in with this money, because that's what's been attempted. At that point, you can keep the money, man. Okay, I don't want no blood money. I don't want any of this other stuff. Okay, I just want some basic needs. Leave me the fuck alone. Give me the basic needs. Give me some toiletries and just leave me alone. All right, you know what I'm saying? Because we're not stopping talking about Heavenly Father. Again, the works is going to be done, and we about to rock and roll, and we'll find a way to upload if we can. Okay, so that's all. It's nothing. Again, it's nothing major, man. I love you guys. Okay, Heavenly Father loves you. I know that a lot of people don't understand a lot of the things that we talk about, but I hope that over the course of you listening to my videos that you can understand a bit here and there. Okay, and start you on your own journey with Christ and learning. Okay. And you know what? From the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate it, man. Guys, again, it's no victimhood, no nothing like that. You choose to do so, that's great, man, and I really appreciate it. So, I don't want you guys donating a whole bunch. I don't want you guys to be doing none of this, okay? As a matter of fact, this is going to be one of the only times I'll mention it, and even put it at the forefront of the highlight. If you guys want to go ahead and do that, I'll start putting links to the donation in my videos, okay? If you guys want to check it out, you guys, here or there, it's very much so appreciated. Just know that. And if there is ever a point where there's additional money where I don't need any survival stuff, maybe we can boost up some of the quality on the channel. But for now, it's perfectly fine with what we got. Guys, you take care. Okay, thank you for helping me build this channel for Heavenly Father and continuing to listen to me talk about the world we live in and exposing the devil's lies and all this, man. I really appreciate it, guys. It really means a lot to me. A lot of the times you try to get work to do on the side, and I'm not abandoning the channel, okay? It's not about not wanting to work, but again, my attempts to try to grind and get work it seemed like it's just really extremely difficult, and it's hard, and it's hard for an unnecessary reason. Okay, it's all about getting somebody to submit and to stop, talking about Yah. Okay, and that's not gonna happen. So that's fine. We'll rock with no money. We'll manage, right? Not worried about none of that. So guys, I love you, man. You take care. Stay strong, and I'm gonna catch you guys later. This is Truth Seeker, signing out of Truth Seeker Nation. You guys take care, man. Bye bye.